What is up? What is up? YouTube, Uncle Mike is up early. Hey, check it, man. We are back at my main man Popcorn's channel. We done went around the universe, man, and came back. On the way back home, the earth, we stopped past the popcorn planet. Uncle Mike corny as hell. Check it out, man. Diddy and Jay-Z's legal nightmare is what's on the thumbnail, man. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. I've been telling people about participating in our Patreon, $3 a month. We might do it $2 a month. Would that be better for y'all? $1 a month if you want to participate. We got a couple of people that signed up, and I thank y'all so much, man. Soon as the weather break, we're gonna go out in the world and bless some people. How about that? Y'all want to see that? And you're going to be able to get behind the scenes footage and all that type of stuff. So we still setting that up. So be patient. $3 a month, man, and let's go out and bless some people. That's what we trying to do. So check the links below our description. If you got a YouTube channel or you want to participate in our YouTube course and everything, we got all kinds of stuff in our description. So without any further ado, hey, y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell too early in the morning. I'm having fun, y'all. Let's check it out.
It's been a while, but we're back with some Diddy updates, some important updates, including Diddy's own lawyer bailing on the case. We need to discuss. Welcome to Popcorn Planet's Diddygate coverage. That's right. We're not just reporting on Blake Lively every day. We do report on other things, Kim. And honestly, we were going on this Diddy case for a while. A lot of you were very invested, but we got so inundated with the Blake and Justin story that we've lost some big headlines. And I wanted to take this bonus stream today to go through, and Kim has done a wonderful job updating us on a lot of the most recent updates. And I hope we'll be able to watch together. And I hope some of you guys who've been watching us so religiously with the other content will start dipping your toe into some of this other stuff. Because look, as I was about to say, Kim, this Diddy case is important. It's important because it's very rare that a celebrity of this level, magnitude, actually gets held accountable. And the amount of other people connected to him, some of which maybe salaciously were brought in that weren't actually involved, some of which I do think were, and we're still waiting for actual proof and evidence of it. But I think it's imperative that we go through an update where things are, because come May, this will be a case that a lot of people will be following, including us on this channel. And I want to make sure that this man gets the proper, well, he needs to have a fair trial. Some people don't want him to, but he does. But that justice is properly served. All right, so Kim, let's start with the big news. This was a couple days ago, but it sort of starts the update of things because Diddy's own attorney bailed on the case. I can't effectively rep him. Now, I've seen sort of both takes on this. There's one argument that tried to say, oh, they're trying to delay the case. So by having this lawyer exchange happen, and this is what's going to happen. I text Melcher. He's like, no, that's not going to be likely. It sounds like the most realistic reason of this was just the lawyers were disagreeing on sort of which way to go is the vibe I get. Is that what you got as well, Kim?
I think it's interesting. Essentially what has happened is on Friday, Anthony Rico put in a request to the judge to step down from being Diddy's attorney. Now, he made a statement in that basically saying that there are sufficient reasons, I have the quote here, related to the protections afforded by the attorney-client privilege for brevity in my application for withdrawal as counsel in this case. So basically, he can't say everything. He can't say why. But then he says, although I have provided Sean Combs with a high level of legal representation, expected by the court, under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs. That's at the top there of page 2. And it's just the way that it's worded. It's like, I'm sure there's a lot more to say, but he can't say it. And then we got a really weird kind of like explanation from TMZ, from sources with knowledge. I don't know who that is, but I have guesses, and it's that update there that they're saying. Rico
felt he was unable to establish or maintain the kind of relationship he'd need to have with the client in order to effectively defend him. What do you think that means?
Sure, Jan. Sure, Jan. I don't believe that for a second. I think there's more stuff going on here, but realistically, with a client with attorney-client privilege, we probably won't know, and we shouldn't know, and that's fair. But what really kind of got people talking about this is that Anthony Rico is a pretty serious attorney.
Yes.
I believe he actually teaches courses on what I'm going to call final penalty cases. Like, you don't get much more serious than that. And he's also been a part of pretty high profile trials, including one where and I have to be very careful with the wording I use here because I think it may be a trigger word, but Rico defended the personal assistant or secretary, I believe, of a certain Bin Laden.
Here, I'll just show that.
Of a certain bin. Hey, also this guy on another channel, man, I was listening to, and I think that the guy means well. I'm not trying to put nobody else's channel down. I would never do that. I would never put nobody else's channel down, even though there's people out here putting my channel down. And more power to you, baby. But check this out, man. The guy was saying that the reason why he stepped down because he filed. We don't know who filed it. The accusations that Diddy has been charged with some race stuff. The race, y'all know the race story, however that story goes, right? Which lawyer actually filed that? So the guy was saying that, and this is his words, he said the black lawyer filed that. And I'm saying, actually, that's probably why he stepped down, because he probably was against filing that. And Diddy trying to do anything he can to get out of jail, right? Yeah, let's do that. Let's file this racist lawsuit, the racist lawsuit, let's call it that. And he probably was like, nah, this ain't the way to go. And he's saying that they're not listening to me, so I'm stepping down. That's what I think happened. But this other channel is saying that he's the one that filed the racist lawsuit. And I don't think without the main lawyer knowing. Now, the way this guy practiced law, I don't think he would do anything behind the back of the lawyer team. That's not cool at all at the level that Day's at. At the level that Day's at. I don't think that the lawyers would be filing paperwork on a case this big behind somebody else's back. Do y'all get what I'm saying? I really don't think any of the lawyers would have done that. I think that racist filing was a group okayed it to go forward, and he probably was against it. That's what I think. Let's go.
Defended the personal assistant or secretary, I believe, of a certain Bin Laden.
Here, I'll just show this.
Legit. So this has kind of caused a lot of people to start asking, like, what exactly happened here for Anthony Rico to go, I'm out?
So yeah, just to reiterate, because Bin Laden, we'll call him, right? Bin Laden. He defended Bin Laden. But Diddy? Too far. Too far. That's a bad sign, Kim. Wouldn't you say? That's a bad look for Diddy's team.
It's a very, very bad look, because I don't think that Anthony Rico was able to pursue a relationship specifically with some of the people he may have defended in the past, which is part of why I kind of go, sure, Jan, you can say this dialogue all you want, but my personal opinion as a commentator and as someone that has eyes and a brain, I don't believe that.
Well, it's because Tenny Garagos, I guess Mark Garagos' daughter, who's still repping Diddy. We're told the rules of professional conduct require him to say things that might sound dramatic, and unlike the way people normally speak, the source says there's no crisis, and Diddy's lead counsel team of Agnifilo and Garagos have been the same for nearly a year. So they're trying to downplay this, right? But the reality is, this is clearly an issue. It's clearly an issue. Just like it's clearly an issue that Busby dropped his case against Diddy. I mean, that's pretty much the lead headline, is it not? That Shapiro, the dragon, managed to slay the beast and got the whole thing dismissed, Kim. How shocked were you? And now, he can't practice. Anyway, there's a lot we're going to break down with Busby, but how wild is it that this was thrown out as well?
It's pretty wild, and we've got a lot to go through with that as well. I think the other thing, too, if you could see, there is basically Diddy is claiming that Tony Busby has also improperly filed 22 lawsuits and wants the judge to block it. So as much as we're having all of this stuff going on about Jay-Z and everything else, the lawsuits against Diddy are still continuing through civil. But what has now complicated all of this is the fact that the suit against Jay-Z that Diddy was also involved in, they both were accused, right? This was the MTV after party with the underage alleged victim that went on NBC, and they found inconsistencies in her story. That has been dismissed with prejudice. And to
be fair, it seems like it was fairly dismissed. There was a lot of witness stuff came in, and Busby's excuses to it were awful. They were awful. And now, yes, now we're all 22 proper these lawsuits that he's filed. Were they actually all done improperly? Did he vet them the same way he vetted this last witness? Because look, I know we want to hate on Diddy, Kim, but it's not looking good. That's the problem. And part of the reason I stopped reporting on this, to be fair, is because I saw a lot more. I was just getting more and more frustrated at, like, Diddy could win. Like, there's a version of this where it's like, there's a lot we're breaking down, but there's a lot that just has been happening. Now, is that because we were misled and there was...
Man, it was somebody else. And this guy was a lawyer, and he was like, dude, Diddy might win. Right now, all they have is these freak-offs, which is all adults. They saying they ain't never found any kids, so that's not illegal. These people are professional S workers. There's nothing wrong with that, even though they trying to get him on flying the workers back and forth. That's what they trying to get him on. All the adults was participating on their own, stuff like that. So if you want to be a freak and you can't help yourself, that's not against the law, so to speak. So the lawyer, to me, held a whole lot of weight. And I think that, man, it's not looking good, man. We was counting on you, Busby. Now, again, for my comic section, I don't want a black man to go down. I don't want any man to go down that is not, that doesn't deserve it. But when you beating on people and taking people's publishing and all this type of stuff, and you involved in allegedly killings and all that type of stuff, I'm waiting for some private eye, super private eye, to find some mess out that we don't know. And shout out to girlfriend, man. She cool because she got an Alf doll. Shout out to Alf, baby, back in the day. Here we go.
Diddy could win. Like, there's a version of this where it's like, there's a lot we're breaking down, but there's a lot that just has been happening. Now, is that because we were misled and there weren't as bad of things as we thought? I mean, granted, Diddy's bad. I'm not trying to say it, but regarding the Fed's charges, because remember, the one thing we do know factually is that what he did to Cassie, which is unacceptable. Like, we know this, but everything else we're still waiting, right, Kim, on like the proof and what's going on.
Kim.
We were waiting for the RICO charges to come in. And I remember when they finally came in, I was kind of underwhelmed. I'm like, this is it? You didn't really add anything else? And they kind of confirmed that there weren't the celebrity salacious sex tapes that seemingly everyone was hoping there would be. The whole thing became a little deflated to me. And perhaps that's why, even as I look, not a lot of people tuning in to even get updated on this case, Kim. And it's frustrating because it's important. But what do you think about this Busby aspect of it? The fact that he is now seemingly really being questioned, and with this Jay-Z victim now seemingly exploding in his face and him not properly vetting her, could a lot of these cases now be in jeopardy?
I think there is definitely now a bit of a dark cloud over top of these civil suits. As we go through, like even this TMZ article here, it explains it very, very briefly. But essentially, Busby has not followed proper procedure to be able to represent people in the Southern District of New York. And there has been a grievance put against him for this behavior. Now, he is saying that he has the right to practice, and he's shown another document to say that it's fine. But this gets messy absolutely messy. And I believe you actually did pull up the grievance paperwork there, Andy, the document.
This one.
Yeah. So legit, the Committee of Grievances has considered Anthony Busby's petition for admission to the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York, which was filed on January 29th. Per the committee's review of the dockets, Mr. Busby has appeared in cases in this court without seeking admission. Therefore, the petition is denied. And he is now going to have to attach this to every motion and petition, it sounds like, this order to his motion or petition moving forward.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
Absolutely wild.
Now, he has argued that that's not accurate, and he has posted another document on his Instagram to try to counter this. But, oh man, but when you start looking at all of this together, it gets pretty messy. It's looking pretty messy.
Well, not to bury the lead, because I don't want to put it off too long in this video, but that's enter the new update that we're going to get to in a second, that Busby has employed a specific lawyer, which Puck News is reporting to be Johnny Depp's own Camille Vasquez. It's so crazy how all the stories are working together, Kim. But this comes in through Puck, which is a pretty reliable source in the industry. Not always right. This hasn't been confirmed fully yet by her, but I take this way more than, say, a TMZ or some other tabloid. She must be at least humoring or talking to him to have gotten to this far in Puck. And yeah, now he is going to be, past week, with this essay suit against Jay-Z dropped, the legal brawl over the aggressive lawyering rages on in response to Jay-Z's extortion claim. Busby has filed an anti-slap motion arguing that the rappers is infringing on a continuously protected speech. And in a twist of fate, Busby is being represented by Camille, the attorney who helped torch Amber Heard against Johnny Depp. This time, she's in court defending the First Amendment's right to do an essay claim, demand a settlement, and threaten reputational damage if it's not paid. So again, this is where things are getting even bigger, because the Jay-Z of it all, I'm catching up on everything said, but so he's still, well, it still's going to proceed to trial. How is it proceeding to trial if it was thrown out?
Okay, so here's the thing that basically has been happening between Busby and Jay-Z, is they've also been suing each other because of all of this mess. So essentially, the civil suit in regards to the alleged victim has been dismissed with prejudice. She cannot come back again. That's done. However, Jay-Z's filing against Busby still stands. And he has gone
his defamation claim.
So he has now gone, I believe, it's for civil extortion, defamation, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. So there was a big hearing yesterday where the Los Angeles judge who was on the case, who's actually Judge Epstein, which I'm like,
Judge Epstein.
That sucks. So we may have to call
our algorithm. My God.
Yeah, we're gonna have to call him maybe Judge E. I don't know how we're gonna do this, just because I don't know if the algorithm can tell the difference between the E's. But essentially, what has happened now is
Epstein.
That lovely Rolling Stone.
Hold up, it just hit me, y'all. My bad. You know, Uncle Mike's slow, y'all. I'm a little slow. Man, so if y'all call me crazy or slow, or we can't say ta 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 ta, but that's me though. If you want to put me in that cat, just don't call me late for dinner. But Judge Epstein, it just hit me, y'all. I never even thought that those two go together.
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to do this, just because I don't know if the algorithm can tell the difference between the E's. But essentially what has happened now is that lovely Rolling Stone article. It's a good one to go through because it explains everything so beautifully of what is going on here. I did put an archive link if you can't get it to work. Yeah, because it is what it is. But essentially, the judge has decided that maybe some of the charges aren't going to go through, but one of them likely is. Which means Busby is going to need representation, which we believe at this time is now in the hands, in part at least, with Camille Vasquez. Now, I will say, and I don't know if you want to make me full screen.
Can I get a trial? That's a clever. Can I get a what?
And I want to make something really clear before we get super into the article. I have seen rumblings about Camille being a part of this for a bit. The difficulty with this case in particular is getting documents for this one is hard. It's very tough. It's with the Superior Court of California. It was originally filed as a John Doe against the Busby law firm. It now has Sean Carter's name on it, but it's been difficult. So one thing I was able to find was a preview.
So Jay-Z and his team is filing stuff as a John Doe. Y'all don't need protection? At least, or maybe you do. From Busby? I thought people filed as a John Doe or a Jane Doe because they need to be protected because they scared of their life, so to speak. You can file for a John or a Jane Doe for other things because I'm pretty sure they don't think they're afraid of their life.
Originally filed as a John
crazy.
Doe against the Busby law firm. It now has Sean Carter's name on it, but it's been difficult. So one thing I was able to find was a preview of a legal document that was done earlier this month, I believe, or January, I can't remember, but Camille is on the legal document. She is there.
Okay.
So to the best of my knowledge, plus the Puck News confirmation, this is what we're basing our information on. I wish I could give you more information, but I am digging. I am looking. I went through Pacer this morning. Nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, there's a part of this where because you brought it in this form and it's there, but she also was at one point representing Kanye, right? And then that somehow mysteriously dipped away. There's a version of this where she may not want it to be public yet. She may want to sort of figure out what's going on. I don't know. So I'm sure when she's ready or somebody, it'll get out there more officially. But yeah, it seems likely. We're going to go through the Rolling Stone, and I will. But I think we've done a pretty good summary that we can keep this tighter.
If I can clarify with Kanye.
Quick, but yeah, I was going to say, add anything else you think is required.
Yeah. So basically, the other thing with Kanye that I thought was interesting is that there was a point in 2022 that Camille was supposed to be representing Kanye. He hired her. And unfortunately, around that time, he had one of his rants where he spoke what is hate speech. And Camille, on principle, did not want to represent him, from the sounds of it. So there was the law firm spoke with him and said he needed to retract. He refused. So Camille went, no, I'm done. I'm out. And that was how that ended. But I think it's going to be interesting to see how this goes, because again, Kanye has also been accused as well in a Diddy related SA case from a prior employee. Basically, she alleges that she was SA'd and she was given substances against her will while she was working for Ye. And this event happened at a Diddy recording studio session.
I can't show the headline. It's just too many. But
it's bad.
Get a
it's
sense
bad.
of it. Sorry.
It's really bad.
But yes, this was the look, I'm not surprised. This man's just a mess. Not to say I'm confirming he did or anything else, but I'm just saying he's a mess. It's drama everywhere this man goes.
It is.
And the things he's saying, they're resorted to, it's awful. Go ahead.
I think, too, when it comes to Kanye specifically over the past couple of weeks, he has been quite outspoken on X about his various opinions, many of which we condemn. And, basically, one of the other things he went on about was that he believed that Diddy should be freed. And kind of talked about how he was the best dad ever. And wished he had a relationship with his dad, the same as Diddy's kids have a relationship with him. It was a mess. It was a mess. But there also have been things that he has said publicly that he thinks the feds are coming for him next. So that's why I would keep him close in this situation as well. So we have Diddy, but we've also got Jay. We've also got Ye. We've also potentially got other people coming and getting involved. It may not have looked, the celebrity web may not.
But you know one person that we don't have no more that was making a little bit of noise is Puffy's mom or the aunt. Is it the mom or the aunt? Did we ever decipher which one she was? The mom? Well, it's really the aunt, but the aunt raised him, so he called her mom. That's the last I heard. But we haven't heard nothing about her. I wonder why. The last time I heard something about her, somebody said that she took $400 million of Puffy's money and vanished. And I'm like, really? Conspiracy, right? It could be true. I don't think she took 400,000. Maybe they put an extra zero in there. All you need is, $400 million. all you need is 4 million to disappear, especially when you ain't, Anyway, I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments, man. What is Puffy mom talking about?
Have looked like we originally thought it was going to look, but I do believe that it is going to be a part of this as time goes on. Because we've heard time and time again that hip hop is full, allegedly, of predators. Diddy is one. And I'm guessing as we learn more about Diddy, especially with the federal indictment, we may start to see a few more.
The hip hop industry is full. Nah, baby, you got that one wrong. The music industry is full. That's bigger. And what makes it so bad is the movie industry is full too. So you might as well say the entertainment industry. The entertainment industry is full of predators. I think that's more of a blanket statement to cover them all.
Have looked like we originally thought it was going to look, but I do believe that it is going to be a part of this as time goes on. Because we've heard time and time again that hip hop is full, allegedly, of predators. Diddy is one. And I'm guessing as we learn more about Diddy, especially with the federal indictment, we may start to see a few more.
Don't blame it on hip hop.
So that's why I put that there. I think it's all important, and I think the Rolling Stone article does a fantastic job. So I would throw it over to that.
We'll go through that in the live because I will trim this. But yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. I want to give you sort of a recap and thank Bravo to Kim for helping to organize. We are on top of that. Diddy's mom also sued. Is that what I'm hearing today?
Yes.
I just asked about the mom. Boy, I got telepathy. Uncle Mike got telepathy. I got I teleported because I said I want to know more about the mom. Then y'all know I haven't seen this yet, y'all. Y'all know this first time reaction. That's all I do. I don't have time to watch this whole thing, then go do it. No, I can't do that. I can't take it either.
It's been a lot. I want to give you sort of a recap and thank Bravo to Kim for helping to organize. We are on top of that. Diddy's mom also sued. Is that what I'm hearing today?
Yes, there's a bad boy lawsuit to do with Put
Janice. The white nail polish in the chat, guys. All you members, throw up the white nail polish. Let's see it in the live. We do have that as a custom emoji still. Kim does not love it, but there it is. But,
my white nail polish. I'm a savage! Oh! That's my white nail polish. What the hell? What is you doing?
Oh, got a duck.
Hold on to your butts.
Got a duck when that clip's played because he's just throwing stuff all over the place.
That's the Diddy. Yeah.
Look, everyone deserves a free trial, fair and trial, etc.
A free trial,
and he does too. But I'm going to share my concern of I don't know what's happening. It's a little worrisome to me as all the buildup that the feds did, like Diddy's lied and Diddy's been caught, and I don't think Diddy's telling the truth. Diddy's clearly done bad things. I totally believe it, but they got to prove it, and I'm just worried. What do they have? What's going on? I am still very nervous about this, so I want to make sure we're following this case and keeping our eye on it, so there isn't some weird shenanigans where suddenly he gets out, or what? Were we all wrong? Was it all consensual after all? And Cassie really was the worst of it? I don't think that, Kim, but I'm just saying we got to look at this as fairly as we look at all of our cases, and I want to keep on it. All I know is this was a big sort of shocker to see one. Now it happens. It's a real bad look. Now, granted, he's probably the least important one of the three, if we're being honest, because Costco lawyer's been the most vocal, and Garagos is a pretty big time deal. Maybe he just felt like he was on the outs, and that's ultimately where he went, or had his issues with Diddy. But he's not helping his client any favors in the way he's exiting. And the fact that he repped,
it ain't his client no more because he ain't listening to him, brother to brother. So it's a lot behind the scenes, man, and I really think filing that racism case papers and everything has a lot to do with it. That's what I think.
Maybe he just felt like he was on the outs, and that's ultimately where he went, or had his issues with Diddy. But he's not helping his client any favors in the way he's exiting. And the fact that he repped Bin Laden and not Diddy, yikes.
Yikes. The assistant, but yeah, yikes. Yikes. Big yikes.
And then I got to echo as we're recapping, and we're going to talk more in detail as we go through this. Tony Busby, I'm getting yikes vibes from him as well. I always had a little sneaking suspicion. It's weird. When we were reporting this story, there was so much that was coming out and everybody just believed everything. Oh my God, yeah, this, yeah, we got to believe it all. We got to believe all this victim did this and everything's that. And I'm sorry, I don't believe all of it. I believe a lot of it, but I don't believe all of it.
One
there
by
are always
one,
bad apples
all
in
these
the mix,
people
sadly,
falling.
that flies in the ointment, if you will. People who want to get those paydays, and they're going to help Diddy, annoyingly. The case against Jay-Z was frustrating as hell. We were watching Alex Spiro, Jay-Z's lawyers, and I was just sort of in awe of like, that's a lawyer. I was like, damn,
Well, I mean,
I don't
I
like
think
this guy, but he was doing the best show and dance, Kim, right or wrong, he was. And at the end of the day, as he got sort of, hit back and rightfully so, and even the judge told him that, at the end of the day, he pulled it off, Kim. He did. He still pulled it off. Busby got exposed, and I think he looks pretty bad. Now he's having to defend. I'm still practicing
I'm just a simple country lawyer.
But I don't know. What, dude, are you a little worried about him moving forward, Kim, Busby?
Yes.
I am interested to find out more. I do have concerns about the way that some of these cases have been vetted. And I think there is going to be questions about malice with Busby moving forward, and that is not a good thing. So I think time will tell. And I am excited to see how Camille does with this case, how she looks at it, because she is this good lawyer. She is really good. And I think that was kind of like, as you said about Alex Spiro, however you say his name, that we were so impressed with him representing Jay, especially in comparison to Costco lawyer, of him giving his defense of, well, there's a Costco near Diddy's house, so that explains everything. Like, no, like that, it doesn't. And these cases, I think, require really serious attorneys that are going to pay attention to a lot of details and make sure that everything is right. And I think with Camille, Busby's got that. So we'll see how things go moving forward.
We indeed will. There's a lot more to talk about. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you hit the subscribe, as we will keep you posted on this story and so much more. But I think it's imperative we keep our eye on it. So stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Wow, man. So I'm not the only one that's a little shaky on this Busby thing, man. And he hit a little bit on Diddy's mom, just a little bit. Pause. He didn't hit on her. He touched on. No, he didn't. He didn't touch on her. You can't say nothing now these days, can you? But he brought up the mom, who we haven't heard too much about, man. So y'all let me know what y'all heard, man. Hey, I'm gonna get on up out of here. Hey, y'all take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.